So in order to give you a quick tour of my new little workstation, what you can see behind me there, a bit makeshift, but basically this thing here is what I put my bikes on when I clean them. So I lift them off the floor, hang my bike on it, and I clean my bike. But what it's got is a nice little tray which my iPad can sit on, and then next to it is where the camera's going to be. So I'll be on WhatsApp, I'll be on FaceTime, whatever it needs. Obviously clients will be on the other end, but what it allows me to do is I can watch on my phone. So I'll be watching and talking and correcting and instructing and so on and so forth. So I'll be doing that on my phone. But then on the laptop, which is just there, I will have the program. So it's not just winging it. They'll be using as much as we can with the equipment and the space and whatnot available. We'll be doing what we can off their original program that they would use in the gym and go from there. So that is my little sort of remote online workstation. I've got to be standing up. I can't sit on the sofa or sit in my office instructing exercise. So I'm going to be stood up with them. What I've also got is behind me a little coffee table there, which I'll move, which will be a little space for me to be able to instruct and demonstrate exercises if necessary. So I've kind of got everything I need now to be able to put together some nifty little online training sessions. So a bit of a sales pitch. If you want to do some online exercise, give me a shout. Well, I've got some work done, so that's all good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get changed and I'm going to head out for my one bit of exercise for the day out on the bike. So I'll stick that up as well, stick a bit of that up, not all of it, and keep going with it. Right, see you in a bit. Good afternoon. I've made out to Chew Valley Lake, which is, you can't see it, but it is just behind me. Just obviously popped out on my bike, as you can see. I'm just taking a quick banana break before I head back on the bike up over Dundry and back to Bristol, back to the house, where I will then be getting on with some educational work, and we'll see how we get on. Bike's just behind me there. Road is just behind me there. I came in from that direction behind me, and I will be leaving in that direction in front of me. So I'll probably put another couple of clips on of me riding back home. So I'll speak to you later on. I'm now back from cycling a few hours ago, so I've showered, changed, eaten, listened to the next lecture from the philosophy of science, sat down, watched a little bit of the news, just what was going on in the world today. Probably, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour max of the news. Try to stay away from that as much as possible, but it's useful just to keep your hand in and find out what's going on. But basically, what was learnt today from the philosophy of science, or what they were talking about a lot of, is inference to the best explanation. Now, I came across this information before. So I came across this in another audiobook that I listened to called The Universe by John Brockman. It was chapter 12, Science Isn't About Certainty, by Carlo Rovelli, who's a theoretical physicist, pioneered some information on gravitational waves, works in Italy or something like that, I think. Now, again, I'm not an expert in this field, but I do like learning about it. It does give me a better understanding of information, how to interpret information, and in some respects, what information's better to listen to and worse to listen to. So what inference of the best explanation essentially means, if I take it from Carlo Rovelli. Now these are just some notes that I've taken. What I tend to do, I'll just give you a quick background. What I tend to do is I'll listen to something just to get an idea of the sort of topic, what it's about. What I'll then do is go back through it and then I'll take notes on it. And then that's what this is. So I've got box files full of just bits of paper with notes from various books, various chapters, so on and so forth. So Science Isn't About Certainty by Carlo Rovelli. So we say we have theories about science. Science is about hypothetico-deductive methods. We have observations, we have data. Data requires organising into theories. These theories are suggested from the data, then checked in terms of the data. Then time passes, we add more data, theories evolve, we throw away a theory and add another that's better. A better understanding of the data, so on and so on. So what they're basically saying there is, as we learn about the world, there is data out there. They're able to accrue data. They can find data. Then what we've got to try and do is interpret that data. So what basically happens is they interpret that data, come up with theories, and then they test those theories. As the theories get tested, it evolves, as he mentioned. And then what happens is a new theory comes along. It gets questioned, it gets ridiculed, it gets told it's incorrect because we're used to this theory that we've been using for the past 10, 20, 50, 100 years, whatever it is. But then what tends to happen as time passes, or what can happen as time passes, I should say, is the new sort of better theory, as he mentioned, will start to be, in a sense, understood better. It will start to fit the data better, and then it will become the new theory that we use. So, for example, people like Copernicus, Galileo, Einstein, Newton, all these guys, in a sense, went against the norm. They came up with new theories, and we today understand them as the right information. But before they were around, they were the wrong information. So this is what inference of the best explanation is basically saying, is we're making the best interpretation of the data, and over time it gets, it evolves and moves on, and so on and so forth. So that's what we have to understand. When we're looking at scientific information, certainly in the fitness industry, it's rife. There's a lot about, proven facts, and got to look at the science, got to look at the research. If you rigidly stick to that, you will eventually become unstuck when a new theory or a new way of thinking about the information comes about. So where there is certainty to be found within that, we then have to understand that eventually that could end, that certainty, because a new and better theory comes along and overtakes it, and then we tend to sort of lose what we once thought was true. So that's what that topic was about. Yeah, if you also want, there's another book by Carlo Rovelli called The First Scientist, which again is talking about what he talked about in the universe. Science isn't about certainty. So I guess just to conclude all of this, make sure you don't buy into proven facts too much. And with that said, what I should say, there are different types of reasoning as well, but this is going beyond what this little vlog can do. But there's deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, and abductive reasoning. So these are all different ways of getting to some sort of conclusion on information. So yes, when we're reading science, when we're reading research, in some respects we can take it as good information, but we have to understand that it could come to an end. So we have to not sort of buy into it too rigidly. But yes. So to finish off, today is got potted around. trained some clients online, remotely, went out on my bike, came back, fed and watered, did some learning, shared it with you. Now it's time to sign off. Time is 6:10, so I'm going to sign off now because I got to edit the video and get it online. So speak soon.